They just announced that Sekiro is getting an anime, and immediately I went into overdrive thinking what games should get the anime treatment. Some games are already kind of made to feel like an anime, but you're just playing it. So today I'm breaking down games that deserve to make the jump to an anime and how each could be adapted into something incredible. Elden Ring is a game that's already filled with rich, diverse gameplay where you can make crazy builds, there's amazing boss fights, and the combat is so much fun. But here's the thing, the history of Elden Ring can be so much better, so just imagine it as an anime. The game only gives us glimpses of its rich history, like Radahn's fall into madness or the tragic story of Ranni and her family. We can see Radahn in his prime, wielding gravity magic as he tears through armies. We can see the tension between Ranni, Rennala, and Radagon, exploring the family dynamic in a way the game only hints at. And if From Software wanted to keep things fresh, we could follow an original character. Maybe a soldier caught in the shattering wars, experiencing the rise and fall of kingdoms firsthand. An anime could explore those ancient battles, showcase insane set-piece moments like dragons clashing in the skies, and could give us a look at the lands between before everything went into ruin. And think about this. Ufotable, the people who have done Demon Slayer, they could take Elden Ring's stunning art direction and turn it into a beautiful anime. Some fights would even break the internet, just like how Goku and UI fighting Jiren for the first time broke the internet, or Luffy turning into Gear 5. If there's one modern game begging for an anime, it's Expedition 33. The game feels like an anime already, with its flashy combat, emotional storytelling, and a soundtrack that absolutely slaps. Now, the obvious choice would to adapt the story of the 33rd Expedition. And honestly, that would be amazing. But here's where things can get interesting. What if we follow one of the previous expeditions? Each one was doomed to fail, but that's what makes it so compelling. We'd get fresh characters with unique abilities, heartbreaking arcs, and brand new monster designs that we've never seen before. And we'd know from the start that they're destined to fall, which makes each victory and loss hit even harder. And unlike the game, the fights wouldn't be turn-based. Imagine those same abilities translated into fluid, over-the-top anime combat sequences. And also imagine Minako ripping off a Nevron foot. I want that animated. And imagine someone having something similar to Gustav's arm, but let's say instead of an arm, it's their leg, and what cool abilities that come along with it. Rest in peace, my boy Gustav. The creativity that could come with this is endless. A prequel season could even end with the crushing reveal of their failure, feeding directly into the story of the game itself. That's the kind of storytelling hook that would keep people coming back. This one is personal. Darksiders was a huge part of my childhood. And Darksiders 2, in my opinion, is the perfect sequel to the game and one of the best sequels to a game ever, just like Assassin's Creed 2 was for Assassin's Creed. But as much as I love the games, there's a lot of untapped potential in the Darksiders universe. An anime can retell the events of the first game with more depth, or go even further by bridging the gap between the games we already have and the new ones that are on the way. Or sticking to the theme that we've had in this video, this could also be a prequel. We can follow the four horsemen before the events of the first game. Picture war, strife, fury, and death on missions for the Council, balancing order and chaos in the universe. Imagine seeing the four pull off tag team moves against massive enemies, like Fury whipping foes into the air while Death cuts through with his scythes, or Strife unloading his pistols in a hail of bullets while War smashes the ground with his swords. Fabled is such an underrated pick for a game that should have an anime adaptation, but it honestly makes sense. The series has always blended comedy, fantasy, and dark themes together so well, and it creates something very unique. In an anime form, it wouldn't need to adapt the original games. It could be a brand new story set in Albion with a new cast of characters dealing with something like a cult or the threat of a looming war. The anime could expand on Albion's folklore, showing off more of the mystical creatures and really lean into the charming British humor. With something like this, kind of picture this. You take Black Clover and you take Monty Python. You put it together and you get this weird mixture that just, I think it would work very well. You'd have the epic fantasy battles and emotional arcs, but also moments of silly, dry humor that makes it stand out. Now this is my wild card. I think Hunt Showdown can make an amazing anime. A group of hunters take a contract to track down a ferocious beast. They scour through the swamps, gathering clues and fight off hordes of the undead. But here's the twist. It's not just about the monsters. Other hunters are out there too, and they're trying to desperately claim the same bounty as you. That means rivalries, betrayals, brutal gunfights, and tense standoffs where one mistake means death. Each episode could focus on a different bounty and a different set of crews, with some surviving, some following, and others falling into madness. Or if you want an extended narrative that goes from the beginning of the season, follow the same mercenary group where they're going from one boss. Let's say they go from the spider, then they go to the crow, and then they go to the pig-headed dude, and they're just going from one boss to the next, and they're getting very hurt, they're running low on supplies, and after they fight every single boss, they bring this bounty in. But something interesting happens. Because they've killed every single boss, or maybe not killed, but they've stolen a bounty from another crew, they've absorbed so much darkness that it kind of corrupts them, and they merge together to this weird amalgamation. And this new boss, this new creature, is actually the newest boss in the game. And this entire anime was just a marketing campaign for the newest update with a new map, with a new boss and sets of weapons and abilities. That would be awesome. So those are my picks for video games that deserve an anime adaptation. What are yours? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. And if you want to see more content like this, where I talk about video games or just my opinions on video games, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time with a possible part 2.